Sai Ram, dear listeners. Live broadcast of the proceedings from the Sai Kulwant Hall at Prashanti Nilayam will follow shortly. Please stay tuned.
రేడియో సాయి శ్రోతలకు సాయిరామ్. మరికొద్దిసేపట్లో ప్రశాంతి నిలయంలోని సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపం నుండి ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారాలను మీరు వింటారు. దయచేసి వేచి ఉండండి.
Sai Ram, dear listeners. Live broadcast of the proceedings. రేడియో సాయి శ్రోతలకు సాయిరామ్. మరికొద్దిసేపట్లో ప్రశాంతి నిలయంలోని సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపం నుండి ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారాలను మీరు వింటారు. దయచేసి వేచి ఉండండి. Sai Ram, dear listeners. Live broadcast of the proceedings from the Sai Kulwant Hall at Prashanti Nilayam will follow shortly. Please stay tuned.
गं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं चाकशीः यामिषुङ्गिरिशन्तहस्ते बिभर्षस्तवे शिवाङ्गिरित्रतां कुरु माहिगंसेः पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छावदामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगद्यक्ष्मगं सुमना असत् अध्यवोचदधिवक्ता प्रथमो दैव्योऽभिषक् अहेगश्च सर्वान् जम्भयन्त् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुणभुत बभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः ये चेमागं रुद्रा अभितो दिक्षुश्रिता सहस्रशो वै शागं हेड ईमहे असौव्यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुदहार्यः उतैनं विश्वा भूतानि सदृष्टो मृडयातिनः नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मेढुषे अथो ये अस्य सत्त्वानो हन्तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्च धन्वनस्त्वमुभयोरार्त्नियोर्ज्यां या भगवो वपा अवतत्य धनुस्त्वगं सहस्राक्षशतेषु धे निशीर्य शल्यानां मुखा शिवो नः सुमना भवा विज्यन्धनुः कपर्दिनो विशल्यो बाणवागं वुता अनेशन्नस्येषव आभुरस्य निषङ्गतिः याते हेतिर्मेढुष्टमहस्ते बभूवते धनुः तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधायानातताय धृष्णवे उभाभ्यामुत ते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् वृणक्तु विश्वतः अथो य इषुधिस्तवारे अस्मन्निधेहितम् नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय नमो हिरण्यबाहवे पशूनां पतये नमो नमः सस्पिञ्जराय त्विषीमते पथि पतये धुषाय विव्याधिने नानां पतये नमो नानां पतये पतये नमो नमो रुद्राय तथा विने क्षेत्राणां पतये नमो नमः सोताय हन्त्याय वनानां पतये नमो नमो रोहिताय स्थपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो भुवन्तये वारिवस्कृताय औषधीनां पतये नमो नम उच्चैर्घोषाय क्रन्दयते पत्तेनां पतये नमो नमः कृत्स्नभीताय धावते सत्त्वनां पतये नमः नमः सहमानाय निव्याधिन आव्याधिनीनां पतये नमो नमः ककुभाय निषङ्गिणे स्तेनानां पतये नमो नमो निषङ्गिण इषुधिमते तस्कराणां पतये नमो नमो वञ्चते परिवञ्चते स्तायूनां पतये नमो नमो निचेरवे परिचराय विभ्यो जिघा पतये सिमद्भ्यो नक्तञ्चरद्भ्यः प्रकृन्तानां पतये नमो नम उष्णेषिणे गिरिचराय कुलुञ्चानां पतये नमो नम इषुमद्भ्यो धन्वाविभ्यश्च वो नमो नम आतन्वानेभ्यः प्रतिदधानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम आयच्छद्भ्यो विसृजद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमोऽस्यद्भ्यो विद्यद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नम आसीनेभ्यः शयानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तिष्ठद्भ्यो धावद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो अश्वेभ्यो अश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नम आव्याधिनेभ्यो विविध्यन्तेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम उगणाभ्यस्त्रगंहतेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गृत्सेभ्यो गृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः क्षत्रुभ्यः संग्रहेतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तक्षभ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुञ्जिष्टेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च ऋषिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः मृगयोनिभ्यश्च वो नमः श्वभ्यश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमो भवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेणाय चाशुरथाय च नमः शूराय चावभिन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरोधिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय चाहनन्याय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो दोताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिणे चेषुधिमते च नमः तीक्ष्णेशवे चायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च नमः सोद्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कोप्याय च वट्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय वर्ष्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः इध्याय च तप ओम हर 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 ओम नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमः ताम्राय चारुणाय च नमः शंगाय च पशुपतये च नमः उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वधाय च दूरे वधाय च नमो हन्त्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्ताराय वे च नमः शंकराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च कोल्याय च नमः पार्याय च वार्याय च नमः प्रतरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः आतार्याय च लाद्याय च नमः शश्याय च फेन्याय च नमः सिकत्याय च प्रवाह्याय च नमः इरण्याय च प्रपथ्याय च नमः किगंशिलाय च क्षयणाय च नमः कपर्दिने च पुलस्तये च नमो गोष्ठ्याय च गृह्याय च नमः स्तल्प्याय च गेह्याय च नमः काट्याय च गह्वरेष्ठाय च नमो हृदयाय च निवेश्याय नमः पागं सव्याय च व्याय च सौर्म्याय च नमोपणाय चाभिघ्नते च नम आखिदते च प्रखिदते च नमो वः किरिकेभ्यो देवानागं हृदयेभ्यो नमो विक्षेणकेभ्यो नमो विचिन्वत्केभ्यो नम आनिर्हतेभ्यो नम आमीवत्केभ्यः द्रापे अन्धसस्पते दरिद्रन्नीललोहिता येषां पुरुषाणामेषां पशूनां मा भेर्मा रोमो येषां किञ्चनाममत् या ते रुद्रशिवा तनो शिवा विश्वाः भेषजे शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजेतया नो मृडजीवसे इमागं रुद्राय तवसे कपर्दिने क्षयद्वीराय प्रभरामहे मतिम् यथा नश्यमसद्विपदे चतुष्पदे विश्वं पुष्टङ्ग्रामे अस्मिन्ननातुरम् मृडानो रुद्रो तनो मयस्कृधे क्षयद्वीराय नमसा विधेमते यच्छञ्चयोश्च मनुरायजे पिता तदश्यामतव रुद्रप्रणीतो मानो महान्तमुतमानो अर्भकं मानवुक्षन्तमुतमानवुक्षितम् मानो वदेः पितरं मोत मातरं प्रियामानस्तनुवो रुद्ररीरिषः मानस्तोके तनये मान आयुषि मानो गोषु मानो अश्वेषु रीरिषः वीरान्मानो रुद्रभामितो वदेर्हविष्मन्तो नमसा विधेमते आरात्ते गोघ्नवुत पूरुषघ्ने क्षयद्वीराय सुम्नमस्मे ते अस्तो रक्षा च नो अधि च देव ब्रूह्यधा च नः शर्म यच्छ द्विबर्हाः स्तुहि श्रुतं गर्तसदबालं मृगन् रुद्रस्तवानो अन्यन्ते अस्मन्निवपन्तु सेनाः परिणो रुद्रस्य हेतिर्वृणक्तु परित्वेषस्य दुर्मतिरघायोः अवस्थिरा मगवद्भ्यकायतनयाय मृडया मेढुष्टमशिवो नः सुमना भव परमे वृक्ष आयुधं निधाय कृत्तिं वसान आचर पिनाकं बिभ्रदागहि विकिरित विलोहित नमस्ते अस्तु भगवः यास्ते सहस्रगं हेतयोऽन्यमस्मन्निवपन्तु ताः सहस्राणि सहस्रदा बाहुवोस्तव हेतयः तासामीशानो भगवः पराचीनामुखाकृधे सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अधिभूम्याम् तेषागं सहस्रयोजने वधन्मानि तन्मसे अस्मिन् महत्यर्णवेऽन्तरिक्षे भवाधि नीलग्रीवाश्रितकण्ठा शर्वा अधः क्षमाचराः नीलग्रीवाश्रितकण्ठा दिवगं रुद्रा उपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु सस्मिञ्जरा नीलग्रीवा विलोहिताः ये भूतानामधि च भूयागं सश्च दिशो रुद्रावितस्थिरे तेषागं सहस्रयोजने वधन्वानि तन्मसे नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्या ये तरिक्षे ये दिवि एषामन्नं वातो वर्षमिषवस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचीर्दश दक्षिणा दश प्रतीचीर्दशोदीचीर्दशोर्ध्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृडयन्तु तेयं द्विष्मो यश्च नो द्वेष्टितं वोजम्भे दधामि त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यो रुद्रो अग्नौ यो अप्सु य ओषधीषु यो रुद्रो विश्वा भुवना विवेश तस्मै ये ते सहस्रमयुतं पाशा मृत्योमर्त्याय हन्तवे तान् यज्ञस्य मायया सर्वानवयजामहे मृत्यवे स्वाहा मृत्यवे स्वाहा प्राणानां ग्रन्थिरसि रुद्रो मा विशान्तकः तेनान्येनाप्यायस्व नमो रुद्राय विष्णवे मृत्युर्मे पाहि तमुष्टु ह्रियस्विषु सुधन्वायो विश्वस्य क्षयति भेषजस्य यक्ष्मामहेशो मनसाय रुद्रन्नमोभिर्देवमसुरन्दुवस्य अयं मे हस्तो भगवान् अयं मे भगवत्तरः अयं मे विश्वभेषजोऽयं शिवाभिमर्शनः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मे नु कामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रञ्च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणञ्च मे यन्ता च मे भर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वञ्च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रञ्च मे सोश्च मे प्रसोश्च मे सीरञ्च मे लयश्च मरुतञ्च मे मृतञ्च मे यक्ष्मञ्च मे नामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वञ्च मे न मित्रञ्च मे भयञ्च मे सुगञ्च मे शयनञ्च मे सोषा च मे सुदिनञ्च मे ॐ शान्तिः 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 स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Sri Sai Ram. Our humble and reverential pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved master, Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Sai Ram, Brother Rishi, I'm so glad to see you here in Prashanti Nilayam. The last time so many of us had gathered here like this was at the World Youth Conference in 2007.
Sai Ram, Brother Ven. Yes, you are right. The 2007 World Youth Conference. I was just a little Bal Vikas student back then, and I used to marvel in awe at the beauty and blessing of so many youth gathering in our beloved Swami's divine physical presence. I prayed to Bhagavan for the opportunity to be part of such a gathering. And look, as per his will, here we all are.
Wow, that's so good to hear, brother. It's heartwarming to hear that Swami has answered your prayers and brought so many of us together. You know what, Rishi? Swami loves his youth. He has emphatically told us for many decades truly and grace that we are part of the Sai fold and that we are playing a humble role in His divine mission. Really, Brother Rishi, I'm overwhelmed with Swami's love.
Nothing compares to His infinite love, brother. I am really excited to be home with all these youth as we celebrate the joy of being a Sai youth with over 3,200 world Sai youth representing 68 different countries. And even And we also welcome the thousands of brothers and sisters joining us live through Radio Sai's live broadcast.
You know what, brother? I am so happy that we are here in this auspicious moment. And you know what? It is time now to inaugurate the Sathya Sai World Youth Festival 2016 with Swami's blessings.
Dearest Swami, you are our mother and father, teacher, best friend, and God. We are all here today to offer our love and gratitude to you, Lord, for giving us the opportunity to celebrate this momentous occasion in your divine presence as we inspire one another on this journey of self-transformation.
Beloved Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, dear members of the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust and Prashanti Council, distinguished guests, respected elders, and fellow brothers and sisters, it is our great honor and pleasure to welcome you all to the Sathya Sai World Youth Festival 2016! The theme of the World Youth Festival is love is the source, love is the path, and love is the goal. And on each day of the festival, we will dedicate to exploring each of the three sub-themes. We pray that all gathered here today experience the truly miraculous power of love. Feel it within you and share it with each other.
Basking in that unifying love of our beloved Lord, Bhagavan, we now seek your blessings to offer to you the World Youth Festival 2016 Procession of Flags.
Sai Ram. It is with immense pleasure we now offer the flag procession ceremony. We have 2 youths from each country represented at the Sathya Sai World Youth Festival 2016.
Sai Ram from Prashanti Nilayam, the spiritual headquarter of the world. Hola from Argentina.
Sai from Australia.
Salam alaikum from Bahrain.
Salam alaikum from Bangladesh.
Hello from Barbados.
Privet from Belarus.
Guida from Belgium.
Dravo from Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Hola from Brazil.
Suastai from Cambodia.
Hello from Canada. Hola from Colombia.
Dravo from Croatia.
Dobry den from Czech Republic.
Buenos dias from Dominican Republic.
Napai Kuyaki from Ecuador.
Hola from El Salvador.
Bula from Fiji.
Bonjour from France.
Guten Tag from Germany.
Hello from Ghana.
Yasu from Greece.
Hola from Guatemala.
Hello from Guyana.
Ni hao from Hong Kong.
Hi from Indonesia.
Shalom from Israel.
Ciao from Italy.
Konnichiwa from Japan.
Salim from Kazakhstan.
Hujambo from Kenya.
Salam alaikum from Kenya.
Sabaidi from Laos.
Dravo from Macedonia.
Salam Sajater from Malaysia.
Hello from Mauritius.
Hola from Mexico.
Namaste from Nepal.
Hello from Netherlands.
Kia ora from New Zealand.
Salam alaikum from Oman.
Hola from Panama.
Hola from Paraguay. Philippines. Ches from Poland.
Salam alaikum from Qatar.
Privet from Russian Federation.
Salam alaikum from Saudi Arabia.
Dravo from Serbia.
Hello from Singapore.
Dravo from Slovenia.
Hi from South Africa.
Hola from Spain.
Ayubawan and Vanakkam from Sri Lanka. Hello from Suriname.
Shao from Switzerland.
Sawadi from Thailand.
Hello from Trinidad and Tobago.
Hujambo from Uganda.
Privet from Ukraine.
Salam alaikum from United Arab Emirates.
Hello from United Kingdom.
Hello from United States.
Hola from Uruguay.
Hola from Venezuela.
Wow! Hello, bonjour, ni hao. Greetings to each and every one of you. What a sight, brother. of the first World Youth Conference that is still fresh. So much joy and pride.
Of course, brother, those memories are rushing back. And as I said earlier, at that time, I so wished to be part of such a gathering, and here we are. It was indeed beautiful to see the youth from around the world together as one family, a bond forged in loving the divine and serving humanity. The youth gathered here do not merely represent many countries, but they also represent many religions. Let us now join in prayer as we invoke our universal Lord through his many names.
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass. Not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Shema Yisrael. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Arahato samma sambuddhassa. gacchami, Sangam saranam gacchami. Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Sathya Naam Ji, Nitya Nitya japiye tere naam ji. Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Sathya Naam Ji, Nitya Nitya japiye tere naam ji. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Brother Rishi, we are truly blessed to garland our dear Swami with such heartfelt prayers from all over the world. Swami places so much importance on the unity of all faiths. And here we are today as one religion, the religion of love.
Yes, brother. And in that spirit of unity, we youth aim to serve our beloved Lord in any way. Swami's youth and his leaders have always been inspiring examples for us all. Speaking of which, then, who is leading the International Youth Wing?
That's a good question, Rushi. The Sathya Sai International Youth Coordinator wears many hats. He holds a PhD in water engineering and presently serves as the engineering and quality manager at Evoqua Water Technologies in Sydney, Australia, which provides microfiltration systems for water treatment. He was born in Fiji Islands, and the Sathya Sai organization has been a part of his life since then. He has always loved the universality and simplicity of Swami's message. Love all and serve all. And service to man is service to God. Prior to taking on the duty of serving Swami and his dear youth as the International Youth Coordinator in 2013, he served in various leadership roles in the Sathya Sai International Organization, such as National Youth Coordinator in Fiji, National Youth Advisor of Sai Youth Australia, Deputy Regional Chair of NSW Region West, and Zone Youth Coordinator for Zone 3 countries.
Wow, brother. It will be great to hear some inspiring words from him.
Absolutely. Dear Swami, we would like to cordially invite Dr. Shivendra Kumar, our International Youth Coordinator, to give his speech.
I offer my most loving Honorable Piyush Goyal, Minister of State with independent charge for power, coal, new and renewable energy, Dr. Chandrasekhar Narayan, Director of Science and Technology at IBM, the legendary cricketer, Mr. VVS Lakshman, trustees of the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust, Dr. Narendranath Reddy, the chairman of Prashanti Council, Mr. Nimish Pandya, All India President of Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organization, revered elders, and my dear brothers and sisters, Om Shri Sai Ram. The sunlight, the dawn that had to bring July 12th is here, and it is shining bright in blue, shining bright in orange, and shining bright in white all over the world. Welcome to the Sri Sathya Sai World Youth Festival. And welcome also to the spiritual headquarters of the world, the very land that our beloved Bhagavan chose to take birth, the very land where he walked with us, and the very land where he created all these institutions that today makes this festival possible, and even makes me think that this institution was created for events of such magnitude. Brothers and sisters, please put our hands together for our beloved Bhagavan. What started off as a series of PowerPoint presentations many years ago, what went through as several WebEx calls, millions of lines of WhatsApp messages, and several gigabytes of Google Drive, SkyDrive, OneDrive storage, and various meetings, 320 volunteers working 6 months before is here in front of you. Dear brothers and sisters, you will be presented with, by the grace of our beloved Bhagavan, 3 days of excellent programs that you may have never seen before. Day 1 will focus on some very interactive sessions focused on love is the source, and we'll be trying to plug in to the source, our divine spiritual master. Day 2 will focus on love is the path, and day 3, the finale, will focus on love is the goal. Every evening, we will be having cultural programs filled with color, filled with excitement, a true representation of festival. In parallel to all the programs, we have a modern day exhibition. The exhibition focuses on a service exhibition which will showcase all the service projects that have been happening world over. It is called the Windows to the World. It truly is the windows to the world, because today, when we look outside, we see so much negativity. But brothers and sisters, when you go to the windows to the world, you will see, you will believe that the world today has more positivity than negativity. And that is courtesy of our beloved Bhagavan. Brothers and sisters, we will also see something called the game of life. Us youngsters are going through life. Everyone is going through life, and we've made it into a game guided by Bhagavan's teaching, so that when we leave from here, we know what Bhagavan expects of us. And we've also created around the world to interact, exchange ideas, so that when we go back, we can strengthen the mission that our beloved Bhagavan has started. It does not end there. Early mornings, we will be going to the Hillview Stadium, which has been created by Bhagavan for us, and we'll be participating in multiple sports and outdoor activities. It does not even stop there. We have programs for the kids, our future youth. It is very important that they are nurtured so that the youth wing has a future as well. So we will have an interactive children's program. We have, for this event and for future use, created a book called Finding Yourself in Puttaparthi. That booklet will be given to all the youth so that they can explore Puttaparthi and see all the institutions our Divine Master has created. It does not end there as well. Brothers and sisters, in order to vegetarian eating, the youth of the world have put together a recipe book which will be launched in the Sathya Sai World Youth Festival that promotes vegetarian eating. It does not only consist of food of one particular cuisine, but from all over the world. And our brothers and sisters looking after the food have prepared some delicious recipes from the recipe book. Brothers and sisters, the objectives of the Sathya Sai World Youth Festival, 4 things that we've spoken about all throughout. The first is to celebrate the joy of knowing Bhagavan at such a young age. This is something I am proud of, and this is something that I know, I bet you all are proud of. The second one is to come together as one family and celebrate the life teachings and philosophies of our beloved Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and that has already started this morning. The third one is to preserve and create innovative new designs and media to be able to preserve and communicate Bhagavan's message to the future generations. Revered elders, brothers and sisters, I'm very proud to announce that each and every content of this festival has been created from scratch. The program, the music, each of the songs that you'll be hearing here, the lyrics of that has been written specifically for this festival. And the last one is to allow the youth of the world to interact with elders who have had close interaction with Bhagavan. We will be listening to stories of people, eminent people who have had proximity with Bhagavan, who have worked with Bhagavan, so we can get direct guidance on what Bhagavan expects of us. Brothers and sisters, I'm also very proud to report that this festival is a result of close collaboration between the elders and the youth. We all have worked together with love in the true spirit of this festival to make this happen. Other than the World Youth Festival, brothers and sisters, the youth of the world have been working on the Sathya Sai International Youth Leadership Program, where 200 youth successfully completed this 6-month program just last night. We've been also having Serve the Planet programs around the world, which happens on the 20th of October. And last year, for Swami's 90th birthday, we launched a music offering comprising of bhajans in native languages. I'm also told that our dear brothers and sisters from India have been working on an education project called the Sri Sathya Sai Vidya Jyoti project. All of this is possible through the divine grace and blessings of our beloved Bhagavan. Revered elders, dear brothers and sisters, before I finish off, I'd like to welcome you once again to this historic event. I wish, I pray, and I hope you enjoy this festival, and when you walk out from here, you feel, you take away Bhagavan's love, Bhagavan's blessings, and Bhagavan's choicest grace with you. I welcome you all to the Sathya Sai World Youth Festival 2016. Om Shri Sai Ram.
Thank you, dear brother Shivendra. That was truly inspiring and a great way to start the World Youth Festival 2016. Thank you so much for giving us a broad overview these graceful, hollow instruments
Our source of love is divine. Can get is the gift of unconditional love. So share your love right here, right now, and feel the infinite bliss in your heart. Summer or winter, autumn or spring, our heart filled with joy keeps singing. Mountain or forest, desert or snow, just love wherever you go. Oh, celebrate love, celebrate life. The signs with us and we're inside. He's a gentle or savior and guide. Walk this path, he's by your side. The greatest gift that one can get is the gift of unconditional love. So share your love right here, right now, and feel the infinite bliss in your heart. Let's all resolve today that come what may, we smile and love every day. That's all Sai seeks from all of us today. Just follow him as he leads the way. Oh, celebrate love, celebrate life. For Sai's with us and side. Let's all rise beyond the sky. Sai's the goal, let's unite our souls. The greatest gift that one share your love right here, right now, and sing the infinite bliss in your heart. Move, work, and speak with love. Think, act, and live with love. This is Sai's message for us. Move, work, and speak with love. Think, act, and live with love. This is Sai's message for us. Celebrate love, celebrate life. For Sai's with us and we're with Sai. Celebrate love, celebrate love. For Sai's with us.
Brothers and sisters, celebrate love, celebrate life. Say it.
It was so the theme I have to say, Swami's message around the world. To carry out his divine mission.
Yes, and one instrument that facilitates this process is not ready. Internist endocrinologist in Southern and the American College of Endocrinology. And for Swami, He is the chairman of the International Medical Committee of the Sri Sathya Sai organization. He serves as the president of the Sathya Sai Society of America and the director of the Sri Sathya Sai World Foundation, which is the governing body of the Sathya Sai International Organization. Swami, with your permission, we invite Dr. Narendranath Reddy to address this gathering.
I offer my prayerful pranams at the divine lotus feet, our dearest, sweetest, omnipresent, loving Lord, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Honorable Minister Sri Piyush Goyal, Honorable Minister Dr. Hale Raghunath Reddy, distinguished guests, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you. At the outset, I want to express gratitude of our loving Lord Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba for his grace and blessings to make this glorious, historic event to be celebrated in his divine presence. This unique World Youth Festival is of the youth, by the youth, and for the youth. It is possible only through the dedicated youth. You're all assembled here, spending sleepless nights and also, I know, long hours in bringing this event to this success. I congratulate all of you. And this is the first time, this is very unique. This is called festival, not a conference. In the past, we had many youth conferences, but this time we call it a youth festival. The unique because this time we have invited the young parents. In the past, because of their commitment to, and responsibility to the children, they could not participate in the conference. Now we are making them available. There are 160 young parents with 60 children. They are participating so that there are programs for the children to participate. This is the wonderful thing about this youth festival. And also in the conferences in the past, we had workshops and we have talks. But in this, as Brother Shivendra was telling, we have chances for you to exhibit or demonstrate your athletic talents. And second, from Sathya Sai Service Organization, from 9 countries around the world representing Sathya Sai International Organization, and the youth from our sacred Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning all came together to be part of this festival. That is the beauty. This is the unity. Unity, Swami says, is divinity. And also, I am very much appreciative of the unconditional loving support of the Sri Sathya Sai Trust and the ashram officials, the radio Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning for making this event happen. So really wonderful to see all of us working together. And third unique thing, which already Shivendra mentioned, the uniqueness about this is the elders and the youth coming together. We worked as one family. We integrated the enthusiasm and the creative talents and the innovative ideas of the youth with the wisdom and experience and guidance of the elders. We all worked as one family. It was wonderful to see so many WebEx conferences, as Brother Shivendra was telling, people working in the 1 a.m., 2 a.m. of different time zones. All of us have made this happen. Really appreciate your wonderful work. And also we like to commend and appreciate the wonderful, loving, selfless service the Sathya Sai youth around the world do by providing food, water, shelter, clothing to the needy. They provide medical services through the medical camps, medical clinics, mobile clinics, and veterinary camps. And they do the various community service projects like literacy programs and helping the blind, the orphanage, visiting the orphanages, and also environment program. They do the enviro care, tree planting in some countries. They do beach cleaning, all these wonderful activities. At present, the youth are involved in the various disaster relief works, presently in Nepal and in the countries of Ecuador and Fiji. It's wonderful to see the youth participate in all facets of the Sathya Sai organizations. I would like to share with you, this happened just only less than 2 weeks ago. So there was the Sai Ram city. I don't know how many of you know, the Sai Ram city exists in the southern part of Kazakhstan, 100 kilometers from the city of Tashkent. So they had a wonderful service project there. And by the way, the Sai Ram city is surrounded by Sai Ram River and Sai Ram Mountain. So they had actually people who want to see Valery Boshinin, he is there, he is from Russia. He is responsible as a zonal chair for 8 countries. He is sitting there. So he will be happy to show you this Sai Ram city, Sai Ram mountain, and Sai Ram river. Actually, he gave me a lingam which he brought from the Sai Ram river. So this lingam, he says, is from Sai Ram riverbed. So what they did was the Sathya Sai youth and the volunteers helping the healthcare professionals, they just between June 18th and July 2nd of just a couple of weeks ago, they provided medical services to 4,400 patients. And provided 2.5 tons of food and clothing. And they also reconstructed the local hospital and the school building and houses for the needy. That is a wonderful service they did. And do you know when they did that? This is the month of Ramadan. So all the people in the village, that city, Sai Ram city, is 50,000 population. Ramadan, they do fast. To respect the tradition of the local people, our youth also fasted during the time, and they worked 18 hours a day. In the scorching heat of 43 degrees centigrade, they went through that, and people in the city were moved by this dedication. These people, not only they went through the heat, they were fasting to respect the tradition, working 18 hours a day. This is the wonderful sacrifice and love our youth are really exhibiting it. And moved by that, the local residents, even though they are fasting, they provided fruits and other items for our youth. This is really, I want to congratulate you for doing that kind of wonderful service. Now, following that, now the youth took another initiative. After the youth festival is over, I know a lot of you are going to on July 17th to 11 villages around Puttaparthi, serving 2,500 households and 12,000 villagers. And they are going house to house, providing food, and then sari for the women, dhoti for the men, and providing also school supplies for the children, and also providing like instruments, musical instruments for their bhajan centers, and also other spiritual books. This is going to happen on July 17th by the Sathya Sai youth, also doing the service around Puttaparthi village. So the whole purpose, Swami says, show the love in action. Because the time is restricted, I don't want to make a long talk. Just I want to conclude my talk with the spiritual alphabet I learned at the Divine Lotus feet. First, ABC. Swami says, for youth, always be courageous. Swami says, man is fraught with fear from the birth. Fear of losing health, fear of losing wealth, fear of losing position, fear of losing power, fear of losing youth, fear of losing beauty. Man is fraught with fear all the time, and fear of old age, fear of death. But when you are established, you have God in your life, no more fear. That is why Swami, the beautiful song, why fear when I am here. So that is why the uniqueness of this avatar, in most of the deities you say, one is Abhayahasta, another is Varadahasta. God always, you see, one way he will say fearless, another hand he will give boon. But this unique avatar, double Abhayahasta, with always, you have seen so many pictures, with both hands, he says, be fearless, be fearless. We need to be fearless. That is what Swami Vivekananda's wonderful clarion call was to the youth of Bengal those days. He says, the one message I can tell of Vedanta, the Upanishad message is, Abhi, Abhi, be fearless. It is the one word which was there originally in the Rig Veda. Now you can see that in Upanishads and Gita. And that was the favorite shloka of Swami Vivekananda was, Klaibyam asmagamah partha inaitatva hudaya chudram hudaya daurbalyam tvaktotishta parantapa. The weakness of the heart is something wretched. You give up the weakness, be courageous, move forward with the strength of muscles of iron and nerves of steel. That is what always we need to be courageous and move forward. Be fearless. That is one ABC, always be courageous. Second is ABC, always be compassionate. You know, Swami says, Hridaya, Hrit plus Daya. Always our heart should be full of love and compassion. And that is what Swami says, we should have heart of a Buddha. And I know I shared with you some of the wonderful work you do in various parts of the world because your hearts are full of love and compassion. And third, ABC, always be calm. All get agitated by the ups and downs. In 1946, my devotion is maintaining equanimity is real devotion. He didn't say how much japa you do, meditation you do. We always need to be this even-minded, equal-minded. And the final ABC I would like to share with you, always be cheerful. Swami said, if you are spiritual, doesn't mean we have a castor oil face or a long face, sauerkraut face, they call that. But always exhibit. We need to show that joy and bliss. Always be careful and always be cheerful. So, but if you want to practice this ABC, there is always be courageous, always be cheerful, always be compassionate. You have the DEFG, ABC, DEFG. What is the DEFG? Don't ever forget God. If you always remember God, all these things are taken place. And we are blessed and fortunate to have this loving, being the contemporaries of this loving avatar, who is our eternal companion, guiding us, guarding us all the time. He was with us, He is with us, He will be with us. I pray to Bhagavan to bless all of us with devotion, dedication, discrimination, and determination so that we love and serve the Lord and His creation every moment of our life. Jai Sai Ram. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Dr. Reddy. You highlighted the importance of unity that has led to such magnanimous service projects across the world. You mentioned about the Sai Ram city in Russia, the Sai Ram city, the Sai Ram river, the Sai Ram mountain. Echoing off of that, let us not forget of fearlessness in doing service and highlighted the 4 C's of courage, compassion, calmness, and cheerfulness as we render our love through service for our beloved Bhagavan. Those were some very powerful and energizing words to all of us youth.
Sai Ram. Indeed, brother, one thing I really appreciated hearing is that this is the first time the international and Indian youths have come together on a single platform in the name of Sai. And in the name of Sai, as one world, as World Sai Youths, I marvel at how much is happening in the international Sai family. But I do not know much about what is happening in India right now. After all, I live in Canada, the Great White North. And I'm sure I could use a few wise words from someone based in India. Could you help me out?
देखो भैया, ऐसे बड़े बड़े देशों में ऐसी छोटी छोटी बातें होती रहती है, लेकिन इधर प्रशांति निलयम में जहां भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा स्वयं रहते हैं, छोटी सी बात भी बहुत बड़ी हो जाती है. Swami, with your blessings, we would now like to invite Mr. Nimish Pandya, All India President of the Shri Sathya Sai Seva Organization, to address us. Mr. Pandya is a corporate lawyer heading the legal firm Pandya Jurists LLP, an international law firm in Mumbai, and serves on the board of many leading corporations all over India. For over 35 years, he has coordinated many Sai education programs with a keen focus on Shri Sathya Sai. Also a trustee of the Shri Sathya Sai Trust, State of Maharashtra. Please welcome Mr. Pandya.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my most humble salutations at the divine lotus feet of our most beloved master, Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, I take this opportunity today on behalf of all of us present here to pray to him, to continue to shower his divine grace upon all of us as he did and as he always will. Dear brothers and sisters, it's an amazing day today. A day of power, the power of love. And I'm happy that we have the chief guest with us today who is in charge of power in India. So it's the power of love and of water, synchronization. What a coincidence. Let's not forget that. I have another powerhouse. The man who shook up the entire Australian cricket team, my friend VVS Lakshman, the great powerhouse. And I have another powerhouse. A young man from Madhya Pradesh who was a Balvika student of Bhagwan, Hari Ranjan Rao. Today, he is the topmost bureaucrat in the government of Madhya Pradesh, under the leadership of the chief minister there. Hari is another powerhouse who controls and guides on the human value basis to the entire government of Madhya Pradesh, Hari Ranjan Rao. And with all these powerhouses along with us, I remember the English language saying that when you want to describe something to the ultimate, which has no definition, you say the power, the nth power, you say. And to that, you brothers and sisters are the youth, Y-O-U-T-H, and the youth, the ultimate power of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. My mind goes back to Bhagavan in his physical form, walking on this beautiful portico here. 80 years and more of his human life, 60 to 70 that entire time he spent with young men and women like you, only in the hope that you will transform the world one day. And that was the faith that Bhagavan had in all of you at your age. We remember Bhagavan saying that my true property, my true asset is my young men and women, and he invested so much time. I remember as a young Bal Vikas teacher many years ago, he used to say that these are my future. Look after them, take care of them, because they are the ones who are going to transform the world. Because the motto with which Bhagavan started this entire organization was transforming self to transform the world. Bhagavan never wanted all of us to change the world. Bhagavan wanted that we should change, so automatically the whole world will change by itself. Brothers and sisters, Bhagavan and his love for young men and women, to see that they embark upon the path of character, has been legendary, and the legacy must continue, as we say right now. As a young man, when I came to Bhagavan for the first time, I remember his first reprimand to a young man like me. And he says, Dekho, he says in Hindi, look, too many friends, so many friends, waste of time. If you have money in your pocket, friends. No money, no friends. This was the first sermon that Bhagavan came, warning us about good company that we should keep as young men and women in life. And I thought I must share this with you, because that's how I started my young journey. Brothers and sisters, youth is a fantasy. But it doesn't remain with you all the time. Because though I may be 62 years of age today, I still feel like a young man. But the reality is different, because as I grew, people used to say, hi Nimish, how are you? Then suddenly somebody said, hi Nimish bhai, hi brother, how are you? And then suddenly a young kid came and, hi Nimish uncle, how are you? And I took that also. But recently, I went to another function of the Sai family, and my host was a grandfather. So as we reached home, after going home, he reached, and the little grandson came running, Dadaji, Dadaji, and very innocuously, my friend introduced me, say hello to this Dadaji. So brothers and sisters, time flies. And youth is the time when you do take care. Because if you miss this opportunity, remember, somebody's going to call you, hi Didi, hi Dadi, hi uncle, how are you? And you won't even realize when you lost time. Brothers and sisters, Swami always enthralled us that youth is a time of adventure. Youth is a time when we want to achieve everything in life. You want to climb mountains. Is yet conquering the mind, because this is the most difficult thing. And the only time that you can achieve this is the time when you are young, and not after that. At 62, if I try to control my mind, I look like a buffoon, maybe a joker in a circus. It'll never happen. But when you do it at your age, it is success. And controlling the mind is the adventure that Bhagavan wanted you to achieve, because if you achieve that, you have achieved everything in life, and success is guaranteed, is what Bhagavan used to say. Because conquering the mind is a unique feature which Bhagavan wanted all of us to learn. It is also a great coincidence today that we're having this World Youth Festival on the anvil of Guru Purnima. And one of the strongest features of Guru Purnima, Bhagavan used to say, was that this is the Purnima when you embark upon the journey of the inward journey of knowing that the real friend resides inside. The real God resides inside. And if there is anything to look for in the world, it is within and not outside. So it is a great festival that we start on the anvil of Guru Purnima when we embark upon this journey of knowing the real friend who is inside. Brothers and sisters, all elders will tell you, when they look back and reminisce of what mistakes they have made and what they have achieved, they will always tell you that the mind is the factor that determines success and failure. Mind is the factor that determines joy and sorrow. Mind is a factor that creates the balance that Dr. Reddy mentioned about between happiness and sorrow. This mind is a factor to understand, and the festival and all the path of love that has been shown is all geared toward this fact. Swami was very keen that we practice. Swami was very keen when somebody this goes to Swami and Swami says, do this. And somebody would say, Swami, I'll try and do it. Swami used to say, don't try, dry hota hai. Abhi karo, do it right now. That was the kind of hasten that he wanted, that we should do things right now. And that is the story of the mandate of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Brothers and sisters, as I was telling you, all elders will tell you when they go back in life, the war of life was not on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. The war of life was a war between the conscience and the mind. Every second of your life, every moment of your life, there is a conflict between the mind. The mind tells you to do something, and God from inside tells you, don't do this, do this. How do you train yourself to listen to this distinction between the voice of God within and the temptations of the mind? This war, who wins, it determines the success. And this practice must come now, of fighting and realizing that winning the war between the senses and the conscience, developing the conscience, the voice of Swami within. Swami always speaks from inside. The real God resides inside. Swami used to always say, I have no house to live. I only live in your hearts. And if you don't keep me there, I have nowhere to go. It is never that Swami resides in Prashanthi Nilayam, Swami resides in a temple. No, these are symbols of great inspiration where they come. When you bow down to the Samadhi, it tells you, son, you're bowing your head to the Samadhi, but remember, I'm inside you. Carry me home with you. Don't leave me back here. I want to come with you in your heart. And that is the story that we need to carry, dear Bhagavan sisters. And what is that one thing that can help you to realize the power of love from within? The power of love can remembering two things to forget, brothers and sisters. If you really want to challenge yourself and achieve the greatness, remember, the human mind must be empty to listen to the voice of God from inside. Shut the human chatter so that you look into the Swami inside. And how can that come? By forgetting two things. Forget all the harm that others have done to you immediately. That's what Swami's mandate. And Swami say, forget all the good that you've done to others immediately. So then there is no luggage to carry. Less luggage, more comfort, and you listen to Swami at all times. And then you listen to Swami and put Swami's voice into action. When you put conscience into action, that is dharma. And when you follow dharma, you're always at peace, and nobody can spoil your sleep in the night. When you touch the head of the sea, you're always happy. And as Dr. Reddy rightly mentioned, the true demeanor of a Sai youth is of self-confidence. Depend upon the Lord within yourself. Don't get carried away by any other company. Don't get carried away by peer pressure. Remember, Swami is your only friend. He talks to you from inside. Listen to him. Cultivate that friendship. And there is nothing to look back, dear brothers and sisters. On this auspicious occasion, all I can say is, collectively let us pray to Bhagavan, that give us the strength. Give us the strength to listen to him from inside and act. Be bold. The world needs today young men and women who can stand with confidence on their 2 feet. The world does not need people who succumb under peer pressure. The world does not need people who cannot be exemplars of what they practice and what they preach. This is what Swami's expectations is. And I'm sure and I'm confident that today Swami is the happiest person on the face of this earth, looking at all of you with great determination, with great confidence, and with this you move further. I think we've done our duty to Bhagavan. We paid our gratitude to Bhagavan for this golden opportunity. Jai Sai Ram, and may Swami bless all of us. Jai Sai Ram.
Dhanyavad, dear Mr. Pandya. Wow, so much powerful words. And in Mr. Pandya's talk, we were reminded that Baba's Sai Kulwant Hall is resounding with power. Power from our distinguished guests, and power from each and everyone, and all the youths and everyone that is in this hall today. That power is fueled with human values. Mr. Pandya reminded us that youth is a wonderful time. It is a time where we are faced between the war of listening to the voice of our mind and the voice of our conscience. And he reminded us to always listen to that voice of God. To listen to Swami inside of us at all times. And by doing so, we are guaranteed to be happy. I was also amazed by the amazing work that is done in India and around the world. Brother, it is really inspirational to all the youth to see Swami's message being done and practiced at all levels, all around the world. Such powerful words.
Absolutely, brother. And let's bring another drop of power to this magnanimous assembly. You know, I was just thinking of how equally powerful music can be. Music transcends language, geography, culture, and in that spirit, we are now going to have a beautiful musical offering from Venezuela entitled Mi Destino. When we choose to hold on to the hand of Sai, our beloved Lord, wherever the path leads, however smooth or rough the journey, we will reach our divine destiny.
Wow, that was such a heartfelt song. Thank you so much. Mi destino, tu destino is to be a Sai youth. Thank you for sharing this with us. It was heart to heart indeed. Brother, I have a question for you. Is it really possible to practice and see the impact of Swami's teaching in all spheres of life?
Of course it is. And with his divine guidance, wherever he takes us, it of course is possible to implement all of Swami's teachings in our lives with his blessings. In fact, our guest speaker today has highlighted these teachings in his work. He works in the challenging world of government. Perhaps he can shed some light on the situation for us. Beloved Swami, I now invite once again the All India President of the Shri Sathya Sai Seva Organizations, Mr. Nimish Pandya, to introduce today's chief guest.
Om Shri Sai Ram. When Bhagavan plans, he plans everything perfectly. There is never an iota of defect in what Bhagavan plans. In fact, I remember Bhagavan saying that 99% is fail, only 100% is pass. Never tolerated even 1% less than perfection. That is our Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. And today's planning of the chief guest also is 100% perfect. I was wondering over the last few months when Dr. Reddy and I were trying to see whom shall we invite, and we were in a dilemma as to who will agree and who will come. But you won't believe me, when my brother Jagdish Babu mentioned Piyush Bhai's name, it was an amazing thing that struck my mind, that this is Swami's uncle. Because Swami determined a human being on the 5 Ds. And you know all that 5 Ds are, right? The parameters of a great and a perfect human being that Bhagavan would love is based upon the 5 Ds that Bhagavan said. Duty, discipline, devotion, determination, and the 5th and the most important, which changes the personality and character of the man, is discrimination. Dear brothers and sisters, in India, in the rise of the current government, Shri Piyush Goyal is one such person who fits like a T on all the 5 Ds, and that is what Dr. Piyush Goyal is. The fraternity of politicians that he belongs to has many aberrations in today's world. But India stands proud today that we have a minister and a politician upright in a face that Swami would love to have a politician in that personality. Currently, many of you in India must have realized, and many for the abroad who have not realized this, there was a revamp of the entire ministry by our Prime Minister, and an assessment was done like a principal of a school does, making the assessment of all the ministries. And I am proud to say that Shri Piyush Goyal has stood out the test of ensuring a politician who does the maximum work with perfect silence and no controversy of any kind ever in the world. And I'm sure somewhere behind this persona is his better half in life, Mrs. Goyal, who is with us today. And I welcome all of you to welcome her with a loud round of applause, please. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome to Prashanti Nilayam, and we are indeed very happy to have you with us. And I'm sure Swami will shower all his blessings upon you to be the power behind the power minister in many, many ways. Thank you very much. Shri Piyush Goyal, currently the Minister of State with independent charge of a ministry which is very important to India in many, many ways. You know, India has a strong rural bias, and to him goes the credit of coming out with a scheme which is so unique, and for the first time ever in the history of politics and social work in India, he's come out with the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana, which is creditable to him, which in English when translated means that it is named upon a very powerful leader of India, and it reads the project of reaching electricity to every village in India, and there are lakhs of villages in India. And it goes to the credit of Piyush Bhai that he's not only set a time-bound program for doing this, but the Indian country knows and the people of India knows that he's far ahead of his schedule to finish this job as far as the electrification of all the villages in India is concerned. He's a member of parliament in the Rajya Sabha, and he is also the national treasurer of the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is the ruling party in the country today. I must confess that he is a shade better than me in many, many ways, because he is a first rank holder or second rank holder in his career as a chartered accountant and his career as a lawyer, both put together. And I think that calls for a great achievement for a young man. He's been a very prolific investment banker. He's been an advisor to many, many corporates, and he's been on the board of two of the leading banks of India, the Bank of Baroda and the State Bank of India, for many years. He's received his education from Yale, Oxford, Princeton, and is a part of many leadership programs in these universities that he's been associated with. And currently, right now, look at the penchant of learning, even in an ongoing learning process. I understand he is doing a course with the Harvard University on something called OPM, Ownership Resident Management, is what the course that Piyush Bhai is doing right now. Well, all I can say is that we are very, very happy to have him with us today. And before I invite him to speak, I have a small pleasant duty to request him to do, along with another very important guest who's with us, and that is Dr. Palle Raghunath Reddy, the minister from the government of Andhra Pradesh, who's with us. Welcome, sir. Welcome to be with us. And in fact, he's such a humble person. He's been a great devotee of Baba that he comes so quietly to Puttaparthi, sits behind for all bhajans, for all darshans, and has been such an integral part of the family here that sometimes we fail to recognize him as a guest in Prashant Nilayam. In fact, he's such a family member with us. Thank you very much for being with us, sir. Welcome. I would now request my brothers, I would request Piyush Bhai first to release a small book which is of discourses that Bhagwan has given to the Sathya Sai organization all throughout his life. I request Piyush Bhai to release that book, please. This is the organization. The organization. Piyush Bhai. Various conferences that have been held to be organized many years. And the second book, please come here. And the second book, sir, is a book on Jyoti meditation, a very unique sadhana which Bhagwan has given to entire mankind, a book on the Sri Sathya Sai Jyoti meditation which has been made by the organization. The book on Jyoti meditation, yes. I now have the proud privilege of inviting Piyush Bhai to address and encourage the youth of the world who have assembled here at the Divine Lotus Feet of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Piyush Bhai, the Honorable Minister of Power, Government of India.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nimesh Pandya. Actually, you did call me Piyush Bhai, so I'm wondering whether you've already taken me out of the youth age. But I think youth is in the mind, and I would love to remain a youth all through my life. And as would each one of you, as you proceed in life, as you grow in life, grow in stature, grow in achievements, I do hope you will continue to have that youthful energy, that youthful divinity that Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba has bestowed upon each one of you. I pay my most humble respects to the Divine Swami, somebody whom I had only one occasion to see, not even meet. I was sitting there amongst other friends, I would think more than 15 years ago. Swamiji came by and there were very lovely kirtan, bhajans, but that one moment has left an indelible mark in my mind. And I'm indeed very grateful to you, Dr. Pandya, to Jagdish Babu, and all the organizers for giving me this opportunity to once again visit and relive those lovely memories I have of Prasanthi Nilayam. It was indeed a great privilege as I saw all the young children walk in from around the world, and one almost felt empowered with the strength of the room, with the power that was generated by all the young boys and girls in this room. My salutations to Swamiji and my best wishes to each one of you from all around the world who has come to participate in this festival of love, festival of joy, festival of divinity. And I do hope each one of you will take back not only great memories, but a great message from this 3-day deliberation. I thank Dr. Narendranath Reddy, the chairman of Prasanthi Council, for inviting me here. It's indeed very nice to have Dr. Palle Raghunath Reddy, the Honorable Minister from Andhra Pradesh, who's joined us this morning. The very illustrious Mr. Lakshman. In my young days, now that Nimesh Bhai has decided that I've gone past my youth, we idolized Lakshman for his great cricketing skills and for the glory and joy that he brought to each Indian when he was on the sporting field. It was lovely to hear Dr. Shivendra Kumar, who heads the youth as the International Youth Coordinator of the organization. All the distinguished trustees, devout devotees, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, young brothers and sisters. Thank you very much for once again helping me relive my memory and in some sense pay a sense of gratitude, a debt of gratitude that I've always had for Swami Sathya Sai Babaji, who at one critical juncture in my life had impacted my own life very deeply. And in some sense, it would not be wrong if I was to say that the very fact that I'm able to stand here today has in some sense a link to something that Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Babaji did in my life, for which I shall forever be grateful to him and to this organization. It's 90 years since Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba came on this earth. 90 years of divinity, 90 years of preaching goodness. And I think for all of us, he shall always be within us. He shall always be within our heart and soul. So I would think that Samadhi truly only helps us reignite our faith, helps us relive our good memories, helps us remember him with all the joy and happiness. And as I see his picture right in front of me, I think even today, he has that same twinkle in the eye and joy on his face, which every young person yearns for. And that is the image of Swami that I think we all carry in our heart and our minds. And that is the image that inspires all of us to look up to him, to worship him, to learn from him, and to follow his divine path. In some sense, I think he was born to re-establish the rhythm of righteousness and also repair many of the evils, many of the ills that our society was plagued with. Over the years, many good things have happened to our nation. Many unfortunate events have unfolded. I think it is the continued tradition of India that we respect our elders, we respect people of good thinking, we respect people who preach goodness on earth. And that respect and such holy people have in some sense catalyzed India's immense spiritual wealth in the service of humanity. And Swamiji, through his messages, and I had the privilege to just scan through this lovely book that you have brought out on this auspicious occasion, the 90 Divine Interactions. And to my mind, none of us needs to go beyond the 90 small snippets that are captured in this book. It's truly wonderful, each one of the small lessons. And sir, as you mentioned about power, I think the entire power lies over there. As I embark on my path to light up the homes of possibly 55 million Indian homes which still are deprived of this basic amenity of power, I think on the one hand I have the divine blessings of God. On the other hand, I'm sure I have the goodwill of each one of you. And on page 6, it does say the power is in his divine hands. And in that sense, at the ashram of Baba, which is spreading the importance of human values, particularly among the youth, I'm reminded of the words of George Bernard Shaw, which I disagree with. George Bernard Shaw had once said, youth is wasted on the young. I think looking at the strength of the young boys and girls present here, I think George Bernard Shaw has been proved wrong at Prasanthi Nilayam. I think youth is invested in our young. I think youth empowers our young to think big, to aim big, to work better. You also said to plan better, to achieve better, to focus better, and ultimately live a life which one can be proud of at the end of whatever term the Lord gives each one of us. In fact, it's a tribute to the young boys and girls that when I embarked on this program of electrification, while everybody worked hard to achieve good results, it's 500 young boys and girls, young engineers, not coming from IITs and IIMs, coming from very humble background, small engineering colleges. Most of them selected because they lived in villages which did not have electricity, yet persevered and became engineers. 500 young boys and girls whom we selected as Gramin Vidyutikaran Abhyantas. These are soldiers for village electrification. These young 500 boys and girls provided the power to this program and truly are a tribute to this massive task we have embarked on to achieve electrification of every home in India. And it is these young boys and girls because they had the passion, the energy, they had the desire to see electricity in every home. They had felt the absence of electricity in their childhood. They wanted to give back. They wanted to serve society. They wanted to participate in nation building. It's those young boys and girls who in some sense embody the power of youth, who reflect the power, the dynamism that's there in each one of you. And I'm sure just each one of you in this room, once you take it upon yourself to live the ideals of Swamiji, can make a difference to society, can make a difference to the world we are living in. Veer Savarkar, Swatantra Veer Savarkar, who gave up his life in the service of this nation, who lived many, many rigorous years in Kalapani, the worst form of imprisonment that any lawyer could possibly get conviction for. And I quote from Veer Savarkar, "The path from De to Dev is via Desh." And for our friends from international borders, the path from the body to the soul, to divinity, is through your country. And I'm using this to draw further from what Mr. Nimish Pandya said about the 5 Ds that Swamiji preached. But I'll deviate from the 5 Ds to a set of Ds which we could work through our daily lives. Of course, keeping in mind the 5 Ds that Swamiji spoke of in terms of the principles, the covenants on which we work. But let me try and elaborate the 5 Ds that I would like to share with you. As I said, the path from Desh, body to divinity, Dev is through the Desh, the country. To these 3 Ds, permit me to add the world, dunya, which is embodied here with participation of so many countries, and Dan, generosity, the giving, the sharing. And let me try and encapsulate what possibly could be a path using the 5 Ds that Swamiji espoused towards a better body, a better soul, a better country, a better world, and the satisfaction of sharing, the satisfaction of giving. Swamiji had said, the mind sees separateness, love sees unity. And in fact, in most of his writings, and all through the Prasanthi Nilayam where I was taking my morning walk, I saw his words, love is the source, love is the path, love is the goal. And in some sense, the body, the soul, and the divine are united through love. Chardin, a very famous philosopher, had said, we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. That spirituality is within each one of us. It's in our mind. It's in our thinking. It's in our lives. It's not something that the Lord has to bestow on one and may not bestow on the other. It's there amongst each one of us in this room. It's for us to recognize it, for us to respect it, for us to practice it, for us to live it. In fact, Swami Vivekananda, another great saint who lived few years on earth, whose youth and whole life was encapsulated in a very short span on this earth, but who left behind memories, who left behind philosophies and messages which will outlive generations. In the words of Swami Vivekananda, this Atma is not to be attained by the weak. The soul cannot be empowered by weakness. The strong, the hardy are the only fit students. What can puny little discrepant things do? And he was not belittling anybody. He was trying to empower all of us to be strong, to think big. And well, as we speak, the Sun Lord has shone on us. And in my duties as the Minister for Renewable Energy, solar energy is a very integral part of my work. I think what Swami Vivekananda was possibly talking about was good health. Unless each one of us is healthy, and good health comes not only of the body, it's good health of the body, it's good health of the mind, it's good health of the soul. And in some sense, I think we have been given this human existence to be able to realize something divine. And I'm sure the lessons, the learnings that we have at this youth festival will give each one of us something to ponder about, something to reflect on as we go back to the real world after 3 days. And I'm sure the more each one of you works, the more each one of you works hard to take care of your body, to take care of, to make a healthy body out of your lives, you'll be able to serve the Lord, serve society in a far better manner, in a far fruitful manner. Love your country, Desh. After all, what can be a greater thing than respect for our country, than the desire to give back to our country? In fact, wasn't it Kennedy who said, ask not what the country can do for you, ask what you can do for the country. It's ultimately a life that we are leading where we can leave behind an unsung existence, or we can leave behind prints of time which you can be looked up for. In fact, the Baba has observed, when there is harmony in the home, there will be order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there will be peace in the world. And I think the fact that so many nations are represented here, each one of us desirous of peace and harmony in our homes, in our nations, collectively will result in peace in this world. I'm reminded of Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, another illustrious son of the soil, who gave up his life so that India can be united, India can be one. He wanted each state in India to be one string, one pearl in a string of pearls, rather than scattered, disparate parts of India. He gave up his life to make Kashmir an integral part of India. It's unfortunate that today many misguided youth are going down a wrong path in India and other parts of the world. Possibly it is time that the message of Swami is taken all across the world, to the youth of the world, to come back to the path of peace, to come back to the path of harmony, to come back to the path of service to their nation, rather than getting lost in ways and means which can only lead to sadness, which can only lead to unhappiness. In fact, there are examples galore about people who have served the nation gloriously. be it Swami Vivekananda, be it Mahatma Gandhi, who led the freedom struggle and without a drop of blood, through the path of satyagraha, through a peaceful path, gave all of us independence, the 70th year of which we are celebrating this year. Be it Bal Gangadhar Tilak, who brought to this nation the celebration, the community celebration of Ganesh Chaturthi, Lord Ganesha's birth celebrations. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the 100th year of Sarvajanik Ganesh Utsav, the community celebration. But see the powerful message he gave to the world. How when we work as a community, how when we all join hands, how instead of celebrating only in our homes, when we come and celebrate amongst thousands of us, the power of society, the power of friends, the power of oneness amongst all of us strengthens the bonds and takes us to the next level. And I think that message that Sarvajanik Ganesh Utsav brought society together with continues to be witnessed in the collection of young boys and girls from across many, many countries around the world today. Love the Dev, the divine, the third D. Baba had said, the greatest fear a man can have is the fear of losing God's love. And in fact, I was reading also in this book, don't run after Baba. Don't run after God. Don't run after divinity. It's there within you. Practice it. It's not only going to be the prayers that you say, it's your deeds that are going to bring divinity into your lives. In fact, on page 46, there's a small snippet that Baba had once articulated. Don't ask, he will certainly give. And I'm reminded of a small story that I had heard another very saintly person espouse. Once a disciple came to this saintly person and asked him that I have been praying to God day in and day out and asking him for a small thing. Why doesn't God give me that small thing? And the learned man had said, God knows it all. You don't have to ask him for anything. He knows what you want, what you desire, what you deserve. So stop asking. Pray to the Lord for the goodness within you. Pray to the Lord to make you a good human being. Let him take care of what you need, what you desire for. A few days passed, and the man came back to this learned man. The devotee came back, and he said, you know, last so many days, I have not asked Lord for anything. I've prayed like a devout person. I've prayed without asking for anything from the Lord. अभी तो मुझे मिल जाएगा ना जो मुझे चाहिए. I think end of the day, our own failings, our own desire tends to overcome divinity. It's a strong message that Swamiji has also given when he says only good comes out of good. I think all the goodness that we desire for ourselves will come to us if we are good. In fact, Lord Krishna, who is the embodiment of love, in his message of Bhagavad Gita says, fill your mind with me, love me, serve me, worship me always, seek me in your heart, you will at last be united with me. And I think that can only be the true reflection of divinity that each one of us is working for. Look at the example of Srinivasa Ramanujam, the great scientist that India produced, the great mathematician. He changed the world of mathematics while he was only in his 20s. He had visions of mathematical secrets unfolding while praying to Mahalakshmi, he says. He said, an equation for me has no meaning unless it represents a thought of God. Look at the deep message that the famous mathematician left behind in his discoveries of mathematical formulae, where he said mathematics to him came from his spirituality, from the divinity that was within him. The fourth D is the world, the dunya. In some sense, we in India believe in the rightful place of India in the Committee of Nations as a Vishwa Guru, as the country that will lead the world to the path of righteousness, to the path of spirituality. And all of us in India believe in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is one family. And for us, there can be no greater joy than welcoming the world to our shores, the world to participate in our joy, the world to be a part of our own growth, our development. In fact, directions. We should not necessarily confine ourselves to our own thinking, to our own learnings. Let the world's learnings flow into India. Let our learnings go across the boundaries of India, across the world. In fact, there can be no better example than the world being one family than what we saw happening in Paris during the Conference of Parties, COP21, where the world got together to fight the challenge of climate change, where countries across the world sat in a room, sat on a table, thrashed out differences, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi and And this is the sort of connectivity that this world today yearns for, that is going to change the destiny of the world. The last D that I wanted to talk about was Seva, Dan, service to humanity. I think there can be no better teacher than Swamiji when it comes to explaining service to society. In fact, the Bhagavad Gita says, and I quote, "Strive constantly to serve for the welfare of the world. By devotion to selfless work, one attains the supreme goal of life. Do your work with the welfare of others always in mind." And I think the good work that Swamiji started, that all of you in his team, the trustees, the devotees, the followers are pursuing. I was informed nearly 13,000 villages, most of them in southern India, states which have often faced the scourge of drought, of lack of adequate water, are provided drinking water through the efforts of the organizations under Swamiji's, with Swamiji's blessings. I was told about the 700-800 schools that are being upgraded through the efforts of the devotees of Swamiji. I'm personally aware of children of my friends who have studied in the wonderful school where holistic education is imparted to the youth through their growing up years, through their years of early formation of thoughts, good deeds. Our own government is committed to the upliftment of the poorest of the poor, Antyodaya. We believe the last man at the bottom of the pyramid, the Daridra Narayan, is the focus of this government, is the person we have to work for, is the person who has the first right on the resources of this country. And I believe the collective efforts of all of us in this room can help us take the millions of people still deprived of a good home, still deprived of a basic amenity like power, clean drinking water, a bathroom, good schooling, medical facilities. I think if each one of us pledges to give a small part of his life, his time, mind you, I'm not talking about money. Money is never a constraint to do good. Money flows when you want to do good. It's your time, your effort, your commitment, your passion. And your compassion. That is what this country yearns for. Millions of young boys and girls who maybe did not get the same opportunity that we in this room got. And I'm sure with the teachings of Baba, with the learnings that each one of you have got, this compassion will be the base of your happiness. And I do hope the happiness of some deprived person, some deprived young boy and girl. And there can be no greater happiness than impacting the lives of a poor man, than making a difference to somebody less privileged than you. For the youth of India, for the youth of the world, if each one of us can adopt the 5 Ds that Swamiji had articulated in the service of humanity, in the service of your country, in the service of the world, true divinity and true happiness can only come from there. In fact, the power in this room is best reflected in the words of Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed people can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. And I believe the large following that the foundation, that the organization has, that the Sri Sathya Sai Baba organization has in India, across the world, and the power of each one of you in this room will change the destiny of your family, of your locality, of your city, of your country and of the world. For each one of you has within yourself that power. Each one of you has within you that power to be the next Vivekananda, the next Mahatma, the next Ramanujam, true devotee of Sathya Sai Baba, who will change the destiny of this world, who will impact the future of this world. Each one of you has the divine spirit of Swamiji right inside you. I invoke that spirit in the service of society, in the service of the world. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Om Sai Ram.
Thank you so much, Honorable Goyal, for your wonderful words of wisdom that you shared with each and every one of us. Can we have one big round of applause again for Honorable Goyal? In the last few minutes, you reminded us of the blessing that we have to be part of Swami's divine mission for the reestablishment of the rhythm of righteousness and of Swami's emphasis on love, joy, divinity, and the ethics and willingness and the willing self-spirit. You told us about the deeds that are important for us to be righteous and be true devotees of Swami. And for this, we are very grateful. We would like to also take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Reddy for blessing us with your presence this morning. Thank you again for sharing your thoughts and words with us. And as I look through this room, I am reminded of all the youths and what the youths have done on February 14, 2016. February 14, 2016 is a very important date for the Sai youths in this room. It is a time of love, a time that they've decided to share love for the greatest love that they have, and that is in our dear Swami. From February 14, they have decided to partake in the sadhana of love, where they have gone through several sadhanas in order to share and show their love for our dear Swami. I would like to once again thank you again for addressing us. And may we give Sir another round, heartfelt applause.
Dearest Bhagavan, we express our gratitude to you for blessing us with the opportunity to be inspired by the words of so many luminaries on this auspicious morning. We are all gathered here as Sai youth, World Sai youth, our beloved Lord's youth. And it is our utmost privilege to call ourselves the Sai youth. Swami had many times said, it is the utmost privilege of us, it is our utmost privilege to know Him. We may think that it is the good karma, the good deeds of many, many past lives that has brought us here to Prashanti Nilayam. However, Swami has said that this is not true. All these merits that we acquire in all these lives are extinguished in just one mere glance of His divine form. It is because of our Lord's infinite love and compassion for us that we are all gathered here today in His divine presence. It is now my utmost honor, privilege, and blessing to pray to that compassion, that ocean of compassion and love, the indweller of all, our great creator, Parameshwar, Ahura Mazda, Adonai, Allah, Jehovah, Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, to grant us your divine discourse. Jai. Jai. Sai Ram. 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 Jai. Sai Ram.
మంచితనమునందు మానవత్వమునందు మంచితనమునందు మానవత్వమునందు నీతియందును నిండు నిజమునందు ఆచరించి చెప్పు ఆచరించి చూపు ఆదర్శములనెల్లా ఆచరించి చూపు ఆదర్శములనెల్ల అతడే యూతు. ఆమె యువతి. ఆచరించి చూపు ఆదర్శములనెల్ల అతడే యూతు. ఆమె యువతి కాదే. ఇట్టివారు బెస్ట్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ మీకు. ఇట్టివారే బెస్ట్ ఫ్రెండ్ నాకు.
In goodness, in human quality, in morality, in total truth, the one who practices and preaches all the ideals, he is the true youth in the strict sense of the term, and an youngster, young woman. And such people are your best friends, and such one is my best friend too.
ప్రతి మానవునికి దైవం చాలా ప్రధానమైనటువంటిది.
In fact, God is important for everyone.
Who is God?
Who is God?
Where is God?
Where is
అని
God?
క్వశ్చన్ వేసుకుంటే truth is God, love is God.
If you put a question, who is God? Where is God? You will understand truth is God, love is
ఈ
God.
ట్రూత్ భారతీయుల ట్రూత్, అమెరికన్ ట్రూత్, జపాన్ ట్రూత్, జర్మన్ ట్రూత్, పాకిస్తాన్ ట్రూత్ అనే భేదం లేదు. ట్రూత్ అందరికీ ఒక్కటే.
Truth is one and the same. Be that be Japan or Germany or America or Pakistan, truth is one and same.
ప్రపంచమునకు అన్నింటికి ట్రూత్ అదే దైవము.
Truth is God for the entire world.
దేశ భాషలు, ప్రవర్తనలు, సిద్ధాంతములు వేరు వేరు ఉండవచ్చును కానీ సత్యం ఒక్కటే.
Languages, the traditions and ideologies may differ, but the truth is one.
ఇట్టి సత్యం నాస్తి ప్రియో ధర్మ. ప్రియమైనటువంటి యొక్క సత్యాన్ని మనం పోగొట్టుకున్నాం.
And that fundamental truth is lost today.
ప్రేమ మానవుని యొక్క ప్రాణ సమానము.
Love is our life.
లవ్ ఈజ్ గాడ్, లివ్ ఇన్ లవ్.
Love is God, live in love.
ఆ ప్రేమనే ఈనాడు మనము కోల్పోయినాం.
We have lost that love today.
ఈ ప్రేమ కూడాను కృత్రిమమైనటువంటి ప్రేమగా నటిస్తున్నాము.
Even that love has become artificial today.
ఈ ప్రేమ అట్టిది కాదు. హార్ట్ టు హార్ట్, లవ్ టు లవ్.
But the divine love is heart to heart, love to love.
నాట్ బాడీ టు బాడీ.
It's not body to body.
Body is like a water bubble.
Body is like a water bubble.
Mind is like a mad monkey.
Mind is like a mad monkey.
Don't follow the mind, don't follow the body.
Don't follow the mind, don't follow the body.
Follow the conscience.
Follow the conscience.
ఆ హృదయ స్థానమును అభివృద్ధి పరచుకున్నప్పుడే ఈ సత్యం మనకు గోచరిస్తుంది.
When once you observe that which comes out of the heart, you will experience this truth.
యువకులారా,
Youngsters,
యూతులారా,
men and women,
మీ జీవితం చాలా దీర్ఘ ప్రయాణం చేయవలసినటువంటిది.
your life is a long journey.
ఇలాంటి ప్రయాణం లోపల లెస్ లగేజ్, మోర్ కంఫర్ట్, మేక్ ట్రావెల్ ప్లెజర్.
Follow the principle, less luggage.
ఈ కోరికలు అనేటువంటివి ఈ లగేజ్గా ఉంటున్నాయి.
Your desires constitute the luggage.
వీటిని క్రమక్రమేణా మీరు తగ్గించుకోండి.
You have to lessen the burden of desires.
ఎంతకాలం ఈ కోరికలు?
How long?
ఈ కోరికల వల్ల మనకు కలిగేటువంటి ఫలితం ఏమిటి?
What is the result you get out of them?
ఏమీ కలగటం లేదు.
Nothing whatsoever.
కానీ
But
మానవత్వంలో ఉన్నటువంటి నిజమైన సత్యాన్ని వాడు గుర్తించుకోలేకపోతున్నాడు.
he is not able to understand the truth behind the life.
ఏ దేశంలో పుట్టినటువంటి వారైనా ఆ దేశం యొక్క బిడ్డలే.
In fact, you are the children of your own country.
మనకు బర్త్ ఏం కోసం వచ్చింది?
Why are we born?
కేవలం తినటం కోసం, త్రాగటం కోసం, నిద్రించటం కోసం, సుఖించటం కోసం వచ్చింది ఆ జీవితం.
The life birth is not for food, raiment and shelter, for eating and drinking. No.
The best way to love God is to love all, serve all.
The best way to love God is to love all and serve all.
మనం అందరినీ ప్రేమించాలి.
We should love all.
అందరినీ సేవించాలి.
We should serve all.
సేవే మనకు ప్రధానమైనటువంటి కర్తవ్యం.
Service is our duty.
కానీ ఈ డ్యూటీ ఆ డ్యూటీని గవర్నమెంట్ డ్యూటీస్ కాదు మనకు.
It's not official duty or government duty.
తోటి మానవులను సేవించి,
we should serve our
తోటి
fellow
మానవులను
brethren.
ఆనందపరిచి,
We should make brethren happy.
తోటి మానవులను సుఖపెట్టడమే మన కర్తవ్యము.
Our duty lies in making our brethren happy.
కనుకనే మొట్టమొదట మనము సర్వీస్లో ప్రయాణం కావాలి.
First we should take the path of service.
ఈ సర్వీసులో మనం ప్రయాణమైనప్పుడే మానవత్వం అనేటువంటిది సార్థకమవుతుంది.
When once we take this journey of service, our life would be redeemed.
Highest sadhana is to transform love into service.
The highest form of sadhana is to transform love into service.
కనుక మొట్టమొదటి సేవలో మీరు ప్రారంభించి
first start with service.
నేను అనేటువంటి స్థానం నుంచి మనము అనేటువంటి స్థానానికి మీరు చేరండి.
We should start our journey from the point of I.
అది ఎట్లా చేరేది అని ముందు నేను చెప్తాను.
Bhagavan will tell us in due course of time.
కనుక మొట్టమొదటి మీకు ఈ ప్రాప్తి చిక్కింది.
You
లోకంలో ఎంతో మంది ఉంటున్నారు, ఎన్నో లక్షల మంది ఉంటున్నారు, కానీ ఆ ప్రాప్తి మీకు మాత్రమే లభించింది.
There are countless number of people outside world. You are really fortunate to be here.
ఈ లభించినటువంటి యొక్క అవకాశమును సద్వినియోగపరచుకోండి.
Make use of this fortune, good luck conferred.
దానిని మీరు 10 మందికి కూడా పంచండి.
And share this joy with everybody.
జగత్తునే సేవించండి.
Serve the whole world.
మనం ఈ ప్రపంచంలో పుట్టింది సేవ కోసం పుట్టాము, కానీ అధికారం కోసం పుట్టలేదు.
We are born in this world to serve, not for authority.
ఈ అథారిటీ ఏమిటి? ఈ అథారిటీ,
what is this authority?
మనం సేవించడం కోసమని పుట్టాము.
In fact, we are born to serve.
భగవంతుడు పుట్టించిందేదంతా కూడా సేవ కోసమని పుట్టించాడు.
In fact, God's creation is for service.
కనుక సర్వీస్ కోసమని మనం పుట్టామనే సత్యాన్ని గుర్తించాలి.
Understand the truth that we are born to serve.
సర్వీస్ అంటే గవర్నమెంట్ సర్వీస్, ఈ సర్వీస్, ఆ సర్వీస్, ఈ సర్వీస్ కాదు.
It's not government service or
సర్వీస్
official
ఏమైనా
service.
మీరు చేసుకోండి.
You can serve it that way.
విశ్వ సర్వీసు, మానవ సర్వీసే మన సర్వీస్.
And the real service is serving the humanity, human service.
బీదలను ఆదుకోండి.
And help the poor and forlorn.
రోగులను మీరు ఎంతైనా ఉపకారం చేయండి.
And help the sick.
శక్తిహీనులైనటువంటి వారికి శక్తిని అందించండి.
And help those who are weak.
ఊరికి సంపాదించుకొని మన పొట్టలు నింపుకోవడం కోసం కాదు.
You earn and amass wealth and just go by that money.
బయట కూడా పొట్టలు ఉన్నటువంటి వాళ్ళు కోట్ల మంది ఉన్నారనేటువంటి సత్యాన్ని గుర్తించాలి.
Understand there are many poor and needy people outside.
ఎన్ని బాధలు పడుతుంటారు.
There are many suffering people.
అలాంటి దాన్ని మనం ఆదుకోవడానికి తగిన
We should go to the rescue.
అప్పుడే మనం తగినటువంటి యొక్క సార్థక జీవితాన్ని పొందిన వారం.
Then only we will be liberated.
ఆధ్యాత్మికం అంటే ఏమిటి? అది స్పెషల్ గా ఉండేటువంటిది కాదు.
Spirituality is not a special field.
నిత్య జీవితం లోపల అది మనకు వే ఆఫ్ లైఫ్.
Spirituality is a way of life.
మనం ప్రత్యేకించినటువంటిది కాదు.
It's not separate from our life.
మనం ఒక డిగ్రీ తీసుకోవాలంటే కొంత సబ్జెక్ట్ తీసుకోవాలి.
In fact, to get a degree you should
కానీ
study one
దీనికి ఏ
subject.
సబ్జెక్టు లేదు.
But there's no subject here.
సబ్జెక్ట్ ఒకటే. లవ్ ఈజ్ బెస్ట్ సబ్జెక్ట్.
In spirituality there's only one subject, the subject of love.
ఈ లవ్ ను మనం పెంచుకుంటే అన్ని సబ్జెక్టులు దాంట్లో లీనమైపోతాయి.
Then once you develop love, all other subjects will follow.
కనుక ప్రేమ స్వరూపులైన మీరు ప్రేమను పెంచుకోండి.
You are the embodiments of love.
సర్వీస్ని పెంచుకోండి.
Serve people.
అప్పుడే అన్ని విధాలా మీరు సార్థకమవుతుంది.
Then you will be successful.
ఇంకా ముందు మీ యొక్క కొన్ని డౌట్స్ అంతా ఉంటాయి పిల్లలకు, సహజమే.
Youngsters will have many doubts.
ఆ డౌట్స్ కంతా నేను రిప్లై ఇస్తాను.
Bhagavan will give answers to your doubts.
మీరు ప్రేమను అధికంగా పెంచుకోండి.
And develop
ఎవరితోన ద్వేషం కానీ ఎవరితో అసూయ కానీ ఇలాంటి మీరు చేయకండి. ఆడంబరాలకు మీరు పనికిరావు.
Don't hate anybody.
ఈనాడు మానవులంతా ఆడంబరం ఆడంబరం ఆడంబరం.
There's more of pomp and show today, more and more.
అది మనకు పనికిరాదు.
Now it's useless.
హంబుల్ డివోటీస్ గా ఉండాలి.
Be humble devotees.
హంబుల్ సర్వెంట్ గా ఉండాలి.
And you should be very humble.
సర్వీస్ మనం చేయాలి.
And you should serve.
అదే నిజమైనటువంటిది.
That is the true one.
जय श्री गणेश विघ्ननाश गजानना जय श्री गणेश विघ्ननाश गजानना विद्या बुद्धि सर्वसिद्धि सुरंजना विद्या बुद्धि सर्वसिद्धि सुरंजना जय श्री गणेश विघ्ननाश गजानना जय हिडम्बा श्री जगदम्बानन्दना जय हिडम्बा श्री जगदम्बानन्दना एकदन्तादयावन्त शुभानना एकदन्तादयावन्त शुभानना मंगलदायक श्री विनायक वंदना जय मंगलदायक श्री विनायक वंदना जय श्री गणेश विघ्ननाश गजानना विद्या बुद्धि सर्वसिद्धि सुरंजना जय श्री गणेश विघ्ननाश गजानना जय हिडम्बा श्री जगदम्बानन्दना एकदन्तादयावन्त शुभानना मंगलदायक श्री विनायक वंदना जय मंगलदायक श्री विनायक वंदना जय श्री गणेश विघ्ननाश
परब्रह्म साई गुरु वंदना सत्य साई साक्षात परब्रह्म साई गुरु वंदना सत्य साई गुरु पररंजना गुरु परमेशा गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु महेशा गुरु पररंजना गुरु परमेशा गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु महेशा सद्गुरु साई परमपुरीशा
सद्गुरु साई परमपुरीशा
सद्गुरु साई परमपुरीशा चरण नमोस्तुते साई महेशा चरण नमोस्तुते साई महेशा साक्षात परब्रह्म साई गुरु वंदना सत्य साई गुरु पररंजना गुरु परमेशा गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु महेशा सद्गुरु साई परमपुरीशा चरण नमोस्तुते साई महेशा चरण नमोस्तुते साई महेशा साक्षात परब्रह्म साई गुरु वंदना सत्य साई
जय शंकरा भावगोचरा शिव चिदंबरा ओंकारा जय शंकरा भावगोचरा शिव चिदंबरा ओंकारा परति विहारा पाप विदूरा परति विहारा पाप विदूरा जगदोधारा ब्रह्मपरा जगदोधारा ब्रह्मपरा जगदोधारा ब्रह्मपरा जगदोधारा ब्रह्मपरा जया शंकरा अगोचरा शिव चिदंबरा ओंकारा परिहारा पाप विदूरा जगदोधारा ब्रह्मपरा जगदोधारा ब्रह्मपरा जगदोधारा ब्रह्मपरा जगदोधारा ब्रह्मपरा जया शंकरा भावगोचरा शिव चिदंबरा ओंकारा
राम रघुवर राम सीता राम 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 रघुवर राम सीता राम 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 श्री राम 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 साई राम 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 श्री राम सीता राम राम राम।
जय हो साई राम, जय हो साई राम। जय हो साई राम, जय हो साई करुणा सिंधु राम, पुट्टपर्ति पुरीश्वर राम। करुणा सिंधु राम, पुट्टपर्ति पुरीश्वर राम। जय हो साई राम, जय हो साई त्रेता युग में राम, द्वापर युग में श्याम। त्रेता युग में राम, द्वापर युग में श्याम। राम तू ही रहमान, साई सबका है भगवान। राम तू ही राम तू ही रहमान, साई सबका है भगवान। राम तू ही कलियुग के अवतार, पुट्टपर्ति पुरीश्वर राम। कलियुग के अवतार, पुट्टपर्ति पुरीश्वर राम। जय हो साई राम, जय हो साई राम। करुणा सिंधु राम, पुट्टपर्ति पुरीश्वर राम। जय हो साई राम, जय हो साई राम। त्रेता युग में राम, द्वापर युग में श्याम। राम तू ही रहमान, साई सबका है भगवान। कलियुग के अवतार, पुट्टपर्ति पुरीश्वर राम। कलियुग के अवतार, पुट्टपर्ति पुरीश्वर
जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वर ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतीका आश्रित कल्पलतीका आपद्बान्धवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता गुरुदैवं मरियन्तयुनीवे स्वामी मरियन्तयुनीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्राशयन ॐ जय जगदीश हरे ॐ नाररूपं शिशु साई महादेव सत्य साई महादेव मंगल आरती अंधुतु मंगल आरती अंधुतु मंगल गिरधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम समस्त लोका सुखिनो शांति जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
Om Shri Sai Ram. Invoking Bhagwan's divine blessings, the afternoon session of Sathya Sai World Youth Festival will be held in the Purnachandra Auditorium from 1 o'clock to 3:45. This session will be attended only by the delegates of the Youth Festival. All are invited for the evening session, which commences at 4:30 in Sai Kulwant Hall. Sai Ram.
ఓం శ్రీ సాయిరామ్. స్వామివారి దివ్యానుగ్రహ ఆశీస్సులతో సత్యసాయి ప్రపంచ యోజన మహోత్సవ మధ్యాహ్న కార్యక్రమం పూర్ణచంద్ర సభామండపంలో మధ్యాహ్నం 1 గంట నుండి సాయంకాలం 3:45 వరకు జరగనుంది. ఈ కార్యక్రమం యోజన మహోత్సవంలో పాల్గొనే ప్రతినిధులకు మాత్రమే. సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభామండపంలో యథావిధిగా 4:30 గంటలకు ప్రారంభమయ్యే సాయంకాల కార్యక్రమానికి అందరూ ఆహ్వానితులే. జై సాయిరామ్.
You were listening to the live proceedings from Sai Kulwant Hall, Prashanthi Nilayam. We now take you back to our regular program schedule.